we'll call the Committee on Government Operations to order. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Each member is acknowledging that they are attending the meeting via Zoom and that they are located in Wayne County, Michigan, unless otherwise stated when I call your name. Commissioner Kniezek.
Here.
Commissioner Clark-Coleman. Commissioner Clark-Coleman.
She's here. Are you on mute, Commissioner?
Here.
Commissioner Basham.
Not on mute, and I am here.
Commissioner Killeen.
Right here.
Chair Dobb.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have no remarks today. Next item, please.
C, approval of the March 24th, 2021 meeting minutes.
Helene moves approval.
Support.
We have a motion to approve and support. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, motion passes. Next item, please.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Okay, next item.
Item 1, under new business, communication from Cheryl Jordan, Deputy Corporation Counsel, forwarding the Department of Corporation Counsel settlement report for March 2021.
Okay, and this settlement report, we have no settlements.
Move to receive and file.
Support.
Okay, so we have a motion and support. Is there any questions or discussion on this item? Okay, all those in favor of receiving and filing this item, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you. Next item.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of a contract with a 3-year option to renew with Thomson Reuters Tax and Accounting, Inc.
Okay, so this is a contract for our new ERP system for tax reporting. Do we have any questions from commissioners? Discussion items?
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll
Commissioner.
move this for approval, but I do have a question also for the department.
Yes, go ahead.
I just want to know, big project, we're seeing contracts a piece at a time. I just want to know where we're at for the timeline for completion. Are we still on track? The completion of the whole system, yeah.
Yeah, Loretta Roundtree is on the call. This is Joe Slazak, but I did ask that question in regards to Pierce Monroe, and the target date for complete finishing is January 1 of 2023.
And they're still on target for that, Joe?
From what I understand, but Loretta will be able to address that better than I.
Okay.
And Joe, we are going to have Loretta present to us. Is it at next committee?
Yes, it is the next committee. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just
web ops. Yep.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We'll just do it next time.
Okay. Yeah, she's going to go into more detail
Beautiful.
on the status of where we're at with everything. Okay. I'm sorry. So we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Killeen. We have support. Support by Commissioner Clark-Coleman. Any other questions or discussion? All right, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll for a vote?
Commissioner Kniezek.
Yes.
Commissioner Clark-Coleman.
Yes.
Commissioner Basham.
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen.
Aye.
Chair Dobb.
Yes. Motion passes. Next item, please.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of retroactive amendment 1 to a 3-year contract with 2 1-year options to renew with the Siegel Company Midwest, Inc., DBA Signal Consulting.
All right. Any questions on this item? Commissioner Basham.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of retroactive contracts or sole sources. This is a retroactive contract, but I understand it and I will reluctantly support it. So that's my comment, not really a question.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? from commissioners?
Move approval, Madam Chair. Colleen.
Thank you. We have a motion for
Support.
and support. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Commissioner Kenizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Aye.
Chair Dobb,
Yes. Motion passes. Next item, please.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of retroactive amendment 2 to a 3-year contract with 1-year option to renew with Municipal Employees Retirement System of Michigan.
Okay, is there anyone here who can speak on this item? Just briefly, give us a brief overview.
Yes, good afternoon. This is Claire Mason Lee, Director of Benefits and Disability Administration for Wayne County.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Is there a particular question, Commissioner Dobb, you would like me to answer, or would you just like me to talk about the contract itself?
Yeah, just if you can just give an explanation of the contract itself.
Okay. So, and I also have with me, and if you all would please accept her presence, I have Dawn Grabinski from MERS, who's also on the line with us. If you have any particular questions for how they service Wayne County, she is on the call and can answer any additional questions outside of the short summary that I will give you. So I want to address a couple of things. First of all, the retroactivity, and then for the contract itself. Number one, for the retroactivity, it was, in my opinion, one of those imperfect storms or perfect storms. This particular contract services a few areas of the county, primarily dealing with our post-retirement healthcare account, as well as a trust account that they have. And we have a system on the administrative side where we get notifications about expiration of contracts. This one did not come up on my notification that it was coming close to expiration. And it is possible because it doesn't fall just squarely with benefits. It covers a lot of different areas. And that's not being stated as an excuse. It's just more of, no one was really vigilant about making sure that the extension was submitted in a timely fashion. When we did realize that this was coming close to or had come to a expiration, we immediately put it back into motion to extend, because we really do need the services of MERS. And they are the sole vendor in the state of Michigan that is able to handle the trust that we have in the format that we need to manage it in. And we did extend the contract the last time. I understand this is prior to me joining the county, when MERS was brought on to service this trust account, that a RFP was done at that time. And because of the needs of the county, MERS was the only qualified vendor that was able to offer the services that we needed. And we are going to do an RFP because it is time to do one. However, it is not very likely that we're going to find anyone as qualified and capable as MERS to be able to, or even able to answer the RFP. The last time we only had the one bid that came in, because they are the only ones that were able to manage the program as we needed management to happen.
To that point, Madam Chair, to that point.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
go
I personally am okay if it's the only bid that came in, lowest qualified bid, and I'm fine with it. The
Yes,
fact
sir.
that we don't bid or they're retroactive and stuff, then I'm not fine with it. So I just procedure wise, it's very important that we let the contracts, let the, possible vendors know that it's out there. And
Yes,
if only
absolutely.
one company responds that's qualified, then I personally am okay with it. But to not do that, or to do it retroactively, then that's where the flags pop up for me. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. I don't disagree with you, Commissioner Basham, and that's why I was making that comment about the retroactivity. When we realized that it had not been addressed by any of the areas that utilize the services, we just could not have it not go forward without doing the RFP was not something that we intended to do, and we will do the RFP, but we know pretty much without any question what the result is going to be, but we still have to follow that process, but we could not go without having these services in place. And so that will be done. And plus, I've been before this committee several times over the last few months, because I think you all realize we had just about every contract under benefits that had to go through our RFP process in the end of 2019 and 2020. So we've redone contracts for every area, and from vision to dental to medical. So there were a lot of RFPs that were in process, and this one again just did not fall squarely in one area. But I have made sure that it is now squarely in my house to oversee and make sure that a RFP is put out there and that we continue the services that we need to handle our trust account.
Okay, great. Yeah, I was just going to ask about if you had put a process in place to make sure that it wouldn't fall through the cracks next time, but it sounds like you've answered my question.
Yes.
So
Yes.
any other commissioners have any questions on this item?
And Commissioner Dobb, I'm sorry, before the questions come up, I would like to give, if you wouldn't mind, Ms. Grabency an opportunity to speak if she has anything else she would like to share on behalf of MERS and the services that they provide to the county.
Sure, go ahead, please. If you could introduce yourself for the record.
Okay, my name is Dawn Grabinski. I'm the benefit plan coordinator at MERS for Wayne County. I'm happy to answer any questions you have in regards to the healthcare savings program and the retiree health funding vehicle that MERS makes the investments for, does the administration, and we are the sole fiduciary. We take on that responsibility. And I do apologize for, we do have a process. We've been working from home since last March, so I did not have my Wayne County file with me as a reminder to submit the documents I needed. I do have everything to Claire that was needed, working on the last requirement, which is the FEP certificate, but I will have that to her as well.
Okay, thank you. Any commissioners have any questions for Ms. Grabowski? Okay. All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I'll probably log off the meeting and let you guys, unless you needed.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Dawn. Thank you.
Thank you, Claire.
Okay, I'm sorry. Madam Clerk, did we have a motion on this?
No.
Okay.
So move.
Colleen supports.
All right, we have a motion and support. Please, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll for a vote?
Commissioner Knizek,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Colleen,
Aye.
Chair Dobb.
Yes. Motion passes. Next item, please.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of Amendment 2 to a 3-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Pierce, Monroe and Associates.
Okay. I do have a question on this item. So we are adding some money to this contract. Where do we stand on the total ERP budget?
Madam Chair, this is Huey Newsom, the CFO for the county. I think Loretta Roundtree is on the call, who's a project manager for the ERP. I'm going to refer to her for your questions.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Loretta Roundtree, project director for the ERP project. And in response to Commissioner Dobb, your question, good afternoon, everyone. In answer to your question, we have originally budgeted for $30 million, as most of you know, that's a number we've always had. And of that 30 million, there was about 6 million that was allocated for the services that could be performed by Pierce Monroe and Associates. And so we originally allocated for their contract award a portion of that so that we could remain open for competitive services for the other 2 contractors, or 3 in total, that bidded for that single RFP. And so as it turned out, Pierce Monroe is eligible to perform the services for all of that. And this is the final award for their contract, the final increase of funding. So essentially, this amendment just carries them through the end of the program, giving them the final award.
Okay.
For the overall project, we are into the 30 million about halfway through, and I will get you specific numbers when we do the presentation on the 21st.
Okay.
Loretta, this is Mark Abel. Madam Chair, do you mind if I ask?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Loretta, I mean, we are pretty far into the project. I know that we're talking about the end of 2022, beginning of 2023 to complete, as had been indicated. But do we have an assessment of where we stand in totality with the project? I know it was $30 million, and I'm hearing rumblings that it may have increased a little bit. Do you have any sense of that right now, and can you provide that information?
Yes, I can, and I can get you specific numbers, but for the annual spend for the project, it's been somewhere around $9 million, and we're about 2.5 years into it, or about 2 years into it, so we're roughly around 18 million, but I will get you the correct numbers when I do the presentation on the 21st.
Right. It's looking at where we have to go, where we have to be going forward with the contracts in place and contracts that still need to be let.
Based on the current trending, okay, we will probably be at about 32 overall from start to finish. There are some other conversations underway about scope and timing and all of that we expect to true up before that presentation.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So for this contract with Pierce Monroe, this will be the final modification.
Yes. No matter what, there will not be an additional funding request for this supplier for this program.
Okay. All right. Any commissioners have any questions on this item? Okay. Would anyone like to make a motion?
So moved.
All right.
Support.
Moved by Commissioner Basham, supported by Commissioner Clark Coleman. Madam Clerk, would you please do a roll call vote?
Commissioner Kniezek,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Aye.
Chair Dobb.
Yes. Motion passes. Thank you. Next item.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
Okay, I have none. Next item, please.
Public comments.
All right. Did we receive any emails?
No, we haven't received any emails.
Okay. Will you please unmute all of the lines?
Lines have been unmuted.
Thank you. Is there anyone from the public who would like to make a comment today? Anyone from the public who wishes to make a comment? Please just speak up. And one final time, anyone from the public who wishes to make a comment? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to the next item.
Adjournment.
Any motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
We didn't vote on it.
Oh, we can vote on it. Oh, can I get support?
Are you raising an objection, Ray?
Support.
All those in favor?
Robert's rules. Support.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
Ray, the chair can, say without objection, we stand adjourned. Great. That fits under Roberts as well.